Let's continue the conversation with Dr. Patrick Kennelly. He's the director of the Center for Peacemaking at Marquette University. Thanks for joining us here this afternoon. A bit of an unusual headline we have here on the screen: President versus the Pope. We don't often see that. Are you surprised we've gotten to this point where the Pope's condemnation of violence, particularly in the Middle East and the war with Iran, is drawing criticism from another world leader, mainly the president?
Well, Derek, thanks, first of all, for having me here tonight. And, I don't think it's the Pope versus the White House. I think, when you take a pulse of the country, there's many Catholics who are really grateful to see Pope Leo having the moral courage to speak the truth of the gospel into the world. Since his election as the Pope, Leo has joined a group of world leaders, both political and religious, who are clear that the wars in the Holy Land, the U.S.-Israel war in Iran, preemptive military action in Venezuela, and inhumane treatments of immigrants should be rejected. And so I think, the Pope is comfortable being outspoken. He's a Southsider from Chicago, of course, but it's also that he doesn't see his role, as he said so clearly, as a politician. He sees himself for what he is, the leader of the Catholic Church. And so when he speaks and says that he knows that individuals should be praying for peace and taking action, I think these are just messages that are consistent with who he is.
And I want to pull up two things here. First, a quote from the New York Times article saying, and it speaks to your point just a second ago, Mr. Trump's angry reaction to the soft-spoken Leo illustrated how differently two of the world's most powerful Americans handle conflict. One pleads for resolution while the other reflexively increases the temperature. There's also that AI-generated image now since deleted from the president as Jesus appearing to heal someone. Here's that image. For you, what's been some of the response you've seen to this image? And would you consider it blasphemous?
Well, I think since all of this really started on Palm Sunday, where, Pope Leo called for people to reject war, and then on Easter, he was so articulate in saying that the Catholic Church and followers of Christ should actively embrace nonviolence. And so I think when that image came out, not only Catholics, but people of faith and maybe people who don't profess a faith, found it to see really disheartening to see the President of the United States not only disparaging the Pope, but a religious leader in Pope Leo, but then also a religious figure and the way he tried to portray himself like Jesus Christ.
And so real quickly, we have about 30 seconds here. Do you see the relationship between Pope Leo and the president resolving or getting any better anytime soon?
Well, what I think is clear with Pope Leo is he sees the gospel truth that we're called to love one another and love our enemies. And so I do see in Pope Leo someone who embraces that call for nonviolence and healing society. So I do think there is a path forward here. And that's the beauty of the Gospels.
All right, Dr. Patrick Kennelly, director of the Center for Peacemaking at Marquette University. Thanks for your time here with us this afternoon.
Thanks so much, Derek.